underway right now from Big D. Monster Energy AMA Supercross and FIM World Championship. Round 13 is in Texas Stadium in Big D. Ralph Shaheen, Jeff Emig, and Aaron Bates with you once again as we get set to go heat racing here in Texas Stadium. Here's a 4-1-1 of how the program's going to run tonight. This should be another great night of racing with 2 heats, top 9 transferring straight to the main, a last chance qualifier that will give us our final 2 racers for the 20-rider, 20-lap main event. 30-second board is up, and the starting lineup scrolling across the top of your screen as we set to go racing here, Jeff, on a very tough racetrack tonight.
It is going to be very tough. It's hard-packed clay. These riders have to get good starts and get into that racing groove that has now developed. It's going to be key to get out front.
Cole Siebler is going to carry an onboard camera for us from the Hart & Huntington team. Here we go. Josh Hill on the number 40 Yamaha leads the pack to the first turn and out of it as well. Oh, big crash. 2 riders down, a pair of Kawasaki's. It looks like it's the 662 of Travis Bannister closest to you. And the 107 machine, that's Kelly Smith out of Ludington, Michigan.
And look at the back of this bike here. It's so bent up.
That's Smith's machine right there, the 107. Here's how it happened,
Watch
Jeff.
from the left side of your screen. He gets squirrely, comes across, gets into Smith. Bannister really out of control after having a really good start. He was like 3rd out of the first turn. Couldn't smell Kelly Smith with it.
No problems right now for the 40. He's out front. And how about Charles Summey on the number 24, the Joe Gibbs Racing Yamaha, running 2nd in the heat. One of his best performances of the year.
Well, and in second qualifying practice today, Summey actually was on the top 5 leaderboard at the top for a good part of the qualifying session, something that he has never done. He keeps inching up each week. Joe Gibbs Racing and that team and Charles Summey get that confidence built up. This has got to be a big confidence builder to get the start and run up front here.
There's Summey right there on that number 24, and it's been a crazy week for the folks at Joe Gibbs Racing. They released rider Josh Hansen earlier this week, the number 100, not here this weekend. And it looks like they're going to run Gavin Graysick in the outdoors. So they've already signed him up for that later this summer.
Most definitely, but that lone wolf for them is Charles Summey.
Here's some good battles going on behind them. Sorby, Ferry, and Adams all running 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now. Remember, the top 9 transfer, those will be the names highlighted in green.
And the battle we're looking at is 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's Andrew Short on the red bike at the top of your screen to be on the left now. He just got past Adams, working his way up to 917. That's Sorby. Andrew Short was actually really fast today in qualifying practice.
French rider on the outside line on the white 917. There goes Short on the inside on the red Honda.
Short making short work of these riders for sure.
There's Josh Hill. He won at Minneapolis earlier this year. Could he get another one? Cole Siebler continues to work his way around the race course here at Texas Stadium. We'll be right back. Brought to you by Progressive. Visit Progressive.com today. By Jack in the Box, where you can get everything late night. And by Toyota, moving forward. Welcome back to Texas Stadium in a great battle brewing for 2nd place. Here comes Tim Ferry on the green Kawasaki number 15 in the black riding gear. Up the inside of Charles Summey. Summey loses 2nd now, slips back to 3rd, but that's still, Jeff, a tremendous performance by the Joe Gibbs Racing rider.
Yeah, Summey is fairly inexperienced in Supercross, but boy, has he really excelled this year. He's got great leadership on that team. Jeremy Albrecht and Roy Gibbs and the boys have put together a great foundation for him to succeed. Each and every week he gets a little better. Maybe Charles Summey having all the NASCAR boys in town watching here tonight, all the guys from the race team side of things, he wants to step it up and really prove that this Supercross team is for real.
NASCAR is in town, of course, competing over at Texas Motor Speedway this weekend. Many of the NASCAR family have made their way here to Texas Stadium to enjoy great racing from the high-flying act known as Supercross. Many of Joe Gibbs folks are here, including the team owner himself and some of their drivers.
As we take a look at Tim Ferry here, 15 on the green bike, working his way up to second place here. I spoke with him in between qualifying practice. He says the track is very difficult. It's really easy to feel like everything's fine, hit one of these tractor grooves, one of the dozer marks, and just absolutely lose your balance, lose your line. So it's very difficult. Hard play here.
And not a lot of variety in lines.
Yeah, and what you have to do on a night like tonight is there gets to be a racing line that's worn in. And it's maybe 2 feet wide. When you go outside of that, you really get into where those dozer marks are, and from the loaders, what they work on the track with. And you can see it at the top of your screen here. The 40 here, Josh Hill is in the racing line. But you get out of that line, very difficult.
Josh Hill on that number 40.
Interesting character, Josh Hill, isn't he?
Oh,
Just a pleasure to be around.
For a heat race win. There's Tim Ferry, he's closing in, but there's only 1 lap left to go.
Last lap around, Tim Ferry was at a 54 flat. Our leader, Josh Hill, was at 54.6, so that's a little over half a second that Tim Ferry was picking up. Josh Hill really takes a rough ride through the one section. This is when you make a mistake and you know that guy in second is catching you with only a half a lap to go. You don't want to blow this heat race and not win it once you've let it wire to, well, wherever they're at now. So Josh Hill, the heart rate's getting up a little higher. He's got a few turns to go. Tim Ferry definitely is putting it together, though.
Ferry is really closing in. Ferry trying to make a run out of it. There's only 1 corner left to go. Oh, he tries to get inside, but Josh Hill's going to win the heat race. Well, a very solid heat race win for Josh Hill. Puts the Yamaha rider right back in another main event. Hi, everybody. Ralph Shaheen alongside former Supercross champ Jeff Emig. And Hill now, the winner in Minneapolis, picks up another round of momentum.
Well, that was a great momentum builder for him, definitely. And he rode a perfect race. Huge hole shot. Really what I think you're going to need to win the main event tonight. I think if Josh Hill can take that hole shot, get out front, run those fast laps, no doubt he can win.
Well, let's take a look at the results out of that heat. Josh Hill takes the win. Remember, top 9 go straight to the main, so Jason Thomas leads them on. Robbie Raynard, however, has to go to the last chance qualifier. Well, Aaron, Josh Hill has been down to the victory podium for interviews before, but not for this reason.
You're absolutely right, Paul. He's taken a win. This is his first heat race win of the season. Josh, how difficult is it to adapt to a track such as this one after coming from a track like Toronto last weekend?
It's totally different. This is like concrete. I don't know. I seem to like the Toronto track a little bit better riding-wise. I don't even know how I won that. I just gooned out around the whole track. I about killed myself in that rhythm section like 3 times. So I guess that shows what a good start can do. So yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to all the guys, Monster Energy, Yamaha, Bridgestone, Lord Jesus Christ for keeping me safe. I don't know if I said Thor Parts Unlimited, Dragon, Boost Mobile, DC. Thanks.
Good luck to you in the main event.
So Josh Hill goes on to the main event, and the party continues here in Dallas. Welcome back to Supercross inside Texas Stadium, the home of the National Football League's Dallas Cowboys. But tonight, it's all about Supercross. There's a lot of upcoming Supercross races coming to you. We'll be up in Detroit, Ford's Field next. And Then it's on to St. Louis, Seattle, and we'll wrap it all up in Sam Boyd Stadium in May. And you can see it all right here on Speed from Vegas. Well, 9 riders come out of each heat race to our main event. Let's show you in the highlighted version of the riders that'll make it out of heat number 2. And it looked like a pretty good one for Heath Voss. And Windham on the 14 will end up getting the Holeshot out of the first corner.
And that will be a crowd favorite. Kevin Windham out of the Louisiana, Mississippi area. A lot of family and friends out here in Dallas.
Dusty Klatz coming up behind him on the green Kawasaki number 63. Windham sporting the white riding gear.
And look at the lead Windham has built so far. Where is our points leader?
Yeah.
Chad Reed.
Reed did not get a good start at all. He's 8th. Let's see what happened to him.
Take a look at him off the line here. Looks like it's good. He gets bumped, has to back off the throttle. You can see him right in the middle of the pack. Back in here, just buried.
And there's nothing you can do there but wait for an opportunity to start picking riders off. And here he comes. Look at him drag racing that Yamaha across the stadium floor.
And as Reed comes across the stripe,
6th.
6th place. He has to. He stalls it.
Yep, he sure did. Oh, and look at all those positions going by. Remember, top 9 transfer, Jeff.
Look at Reed just dirt tracking around Johnson. Takes another position. Reed really seems to be dialed in now after a terrible start there, installing the bike, but now he's closing up on the back of Davey Millsap.
At one point, Chad Reed on the number 22 Yamaha was outside of the top 10, back at around 11th or 12th. He's worked his way all the way up to 4th now. Here he comes, sliding into the corner. And over the finish line jump goes Reed, solid in his position in the main event. And here's Kevin Windham. Comfortable out front, down to a 53.4. A great lap time by Windham.
Getting back to that whip here, we're going to see Kevin Windham lay it out. Look at the crowd. When you see Chad Reed hit those triples and do that where he just tucks the front wheel under and whips it sideways, that's when you know he's comfortable.
Kevin Windham, comfortable with a checkered flag and a heat win. Let's take a look at the East race results. Kevin Windham picks up the win. Chad Reed battles all the way up to 2nd. An incredible run for him, and his teammate Nathan Ramsey rounds out the top 9 riders going straight to the main. Well, let's meet Kevin. He's by with our Aaron Bates.
Well, Kevin Windham celebrating his 8th heat race win of the season and dominating that heat race at that. Kevin, if there was ever a point where you're feeling pressure, you're trailing right now by 20 points. Is tonight the night you're going to turn it around?
You know, I think it was in Toronto. 17 points, man. 14 sound a lot better than 20 where I'm at now. But, you know, I got to keep the Torco Racing Fuels Honda up here on the podium. That's what feels good. That's what makes this year a success. And if we can run down Chad, great. If not, I'm having a good time trying.
Congratulations on your heat race and good luck in the main event.
Check out the new SpeedTV.com, the one-stop shop for the latest motor racing news, results, commentary, and video. Log on to SpeedTV.com today. One of the true living legends of the sport of Supercross is here in Dallas, taking it all in. The Hurricane, Bob Hanna. Boy, was he ever tenacious when it came to swinging a leg over a motocross bike. Stood on the top step of the podium many, many times. And tonight, he's going to stand by and chat with us right here on Speed. Come on back for the racing and the Hurricane. Monster Energy AMA Supercross inside Texas Stadium here in Dallas on a big high horsepower weekend here in the Lone Star State. Supercross highlighting the activity, and boy, nobody stood on top of the podiums more times than this guy did when he was out racing. Bob Hurricane Hanna. Look at the stats that he racked up. 3 Supercross championships, part of the 6 AMA championships that he won in his career. And he won here right in Dallas in 1977. We're fortunate to have the Hurricane here in Dallas, standing by with Eric.
Well, guys, he's a legend of the sport with a long list of credentials and a fan favorite of Supercross for generations. I'm talking with none other than Bob Hurricane Hanna. Bob, you have been racing since back in the 70s. years you've raced here in this stadium. What do you think of the athletes racing today and their work ethics?
In all the years when I was riding, and in the last 10, there's always a couple of good guys that are really shining. The Carmichaels and the James Stewart, the Kevin Windhams, and then there's always some back runners and the guys we're supposed to be beating. So it's the same always.
What do you think of the 2008 Supercross season on a whole?
I think it's great, and there's a lot of sponsors out there and a lot of good sponsors out there, a lot of good teams out there, and we're really down here messing around with the Joe Gibbs team, and that's a real big deal, and I think that's a big contribution to the sport, and it seems like Supercross is alive and well to me.
Bob Hanna, always a pleasure. Bob Hanna, the man, the myth, the legend.
Well, you know, that's one of the great things about the sport of Supercross. The great ones still come back all the time. There's not a Supercross weekend anywhere in the country where you can't find a living legend like our own Jeff Emig. Well, now you can get the latest race results and news right on your phone with weekly green alerts from Speed. Text KX to 773333 on your mobile phone to receive free motorcycle racing text alerts. Speed Green Alerts presented by Kawasaki. Final two spots in tonight's main event go to Jeff Gibson, who won the last chance qualifier, and Antonio Balbi, who takes the final ticket into the main event. Well, the heat races are done. The last chance qualifier is done. The 32nd board for the main event will be going up inside of Texas Stadium when Speed returns to Dallas. Welcome back to Dallas. It's been a big weekend of racing here in the Lone Star State. NASCAR's right down the road at Texas Motor Speedway, but Supercross has been rocking the Texas Stadium. Monster Energy AMA Supercross back inside the Lone Star State for the second time in 2008. Boy, we've had a lot of fun here this weekend, too. Some of the Supercross folks and NASCAR folks got together for a little go-karting over at Speed Zone. There's Eric Sorby. David Reagan from NASCAR was here. As we went to Racing Pro, sweater vest and all in the front row. There's Jeremy Albrecht and Mark Carter from Toyota, who helped put the event on, and I even got in there, got mixing it up. Charles Summey was up there, running up in the front of his team owner, Coy Gibbs. But Jeff, you were behind me there.
Well, I was behind you most of the race, but I'm telling you, it's that T-bone that you put on me. That's going to send me out to the chiropractor this week to get my neck fixed. That was a hard hit.
Did you get a top 5?
I did not get a top 5 like you, Ralph.
Well, I don't know. You've lost your speed, Fro. Well, it's been a great weekend of racing, and we've got a great main event yet to go here tonight. And Jeff, this racetrack is going to be probably the biggest key.
Well, it really is the story of the night. Last week in Toronto, we had this soft, loamy soil. Here tonight, it is hard clay. I'm telling you, it is very difficult. The start pick is what's going to be the most important, is getting that. If you take a look at the track map here, nice long start there, getting out of the gate. There's also rhythm sections that are extremely tough, and if you can complete those rhythm sections, that's going to be the key to the fast time. But it's all the tractor marks and dozer marks that create all these rough spots and all these edges for the riders that can really throws off their rhythm.
Let's take a look at our Supercross up close as we get ready for the main event. Josh Hill, Kevin Windham heat race winners tonight. Jeff Gibson, a last chance qualifier winner. Chad Reed, of course, finished second in his heat, but he looked awful good. And Charles Summey on the Joe Gibbs Racing team had a very good run in his heat as well. Expected good things out of him, and one of the big reasons, well, a lot of his teammates at Joe Gibbs Racing, including the coaches here, and the Atlanta winner, the first Cup driver to win for Toyota in modern-day competition in NASCAR, Kyle Busch, came out to cheer on his teammates, and earlier tonight, our Aaron Bates spoke with Kyle.
He's a NASCAR Sprint Cup contender driving for the Joe Gibbs race team. I'm talking about the number 18 of Kyle Busch. Kyle, you're here for your very first Supercross, but Joe Gibbs has really stepped it up this year and his involvement with Supercross, starting the own Supercross team. What do you think of the involvement, and what is the involvement between the race car driving team and also the Supercross team?
Well, it's pretty cool because you got Coy who wants to run that deal, and you got JD who's running the NASCAR stuff, and so they're brothers that are competing against each other, and Joe, he don't care. He's just out here having a good time too, so it's pretty cool though. I've been friends with Coy for a long time running in the truck series, but to have JGR, Toyota, and Yamaha all together, it's pretty cool, and you know, we're excited to be out here just to check it out and see what it's all about. Never been to one before, so having a good time so far.
Kyle Busch, you know how to get the job job done on 4 wheels, but tonight he's here supporting his teammates on 2 wheels.
Getting set for the main event here in Dallas. The riders are all lined up in the gate. There you see Josh Hill, the 32nd board is up. And Jeff, that oh-so-critical start is getting ready to happen as you look at our Honda starting grid across the top of the screen.
Kevin Windham lined up first. He had the fastest heat. He got first gate pick. I'm telling you, I think that is the key tonight. The gate pick on, get a nice clean rut. This clay is really hard. And the dozers that they used to lay down the dirt around the starting area was really, had all these marks in it, all these edges, all these dirt clods. We'll see who can grab it.
Tim Ferry on the inside on the Kawasaki. Looked like he had a great start to his teammate Travis Preston getting the whole shot.
The Cowie boys were to the first turn first, but Ferry has gotten gobbled up by a pair of Yamahas. Here's Hill in second and Reed in third.
Boy, you don't want Chad Reed to get that good of a start. He was so fast coming through the field in his heat race. A good start will be a huge advantage for the 22, and he's in a great position. But look at Hill taking off on the 40 bike, running in second. Travis Preston leading his first main event in 2008.
Let's see if he can make it to the stripe and get in the books for leading a lap.
And Jeff, his whole reason for racing here tonight is he's replacing the injured championship titleist from last year, James Stewart, as Chad Reed moves up into second.
And Preston leads his first lap of the year.
Well, if the factory gives you an opportunity, Travis Preston is definitely taking advantage of it and saying that he was worth getting a shot here in 2008. It's taken him a little while to race himself back into race pace, but apparently he's there tonight.
He is definitely dialed in here. He's got the far points leader, Chad Reed, who finished second in his heat, but man, did he look good. He had some great passing lines. He's worked his way past Josh Hill. See him really closing up on the back of Preston there. Preston makes a little bobble.
I got to believe Reed's going to be patient here. He hasn't had to race too much with Preston this year, and he takes a nice, safe line and lets the door open wide and makes a very clean pass.
We have really got a tight group of riders here. The top 5 are bunched together.
Well, here comes Hill. Hill forces it inside, takes over second. And Preston's going to see his teammate come along now.
Now let's see if Josh Hill, remember last week in Minneapolis, how when he was in second, he really overrode the track. And he wanted to get up there to Chad Reed so much, and he ended up losing the front wheel. Right now, Josh Hill has really put in a great half a lap here. If he can complete the rhythm section, he's going to close right up on the back of our leader.
Jeff, this is Millsaps right here, and right here is Kevin Windham. So the Honda guys are coming up to the field too. And remember, Millsaps had a horrible heat race.
Millsaps working his way forward. We take a look at our leader, Chad Reed here.
Now there's Reed. He's got the lead. Josh Hill sits in second. His Yamaha stablemate. And it's important as to where Windham is because Windham is second in the championship.
Track position right now as everybody starts to settle down here. Lap 4.
Millsaps up to third.
Millsaps the only rider that isn't settling down. He's really working hard. Let's see if he completes this section. See, bounces that triple, triples again. Ferry matches him.
And we talked about Ferry. In fact, we talked to Tim earlier today about the fact that if he would just get a good start, he's been so strong at the end of the main event, it's the beginnings that were killing him. And tonight he got a good start, and here he is battling for third.
Well, we joked with his teammate Travis Preston about how he can get some airtime here on speed. We said, hey, get out front. We're going to talk about you, and he's done exactly that.
Yes, they listen to you, Pro. And there's Preston still holding on.
As they should, Ralph.
Yeah.
Oh, little mistake by Ferry. Recovers nicely, but lost a little bit of time on Millsaps.
And here comes Windham. There he is in the white riding gear on the Honda. Millsaps His teammate a couple of spots in front of him, and Preston now slipping all the way back to 6th.
The truth is, this is what doesn't lie, and that's the lap time. Last lap, Chad Reed set the fastest lap of the night of 52.3. Wow, smoking. Second in points, Kevin Windham. He's running second right now. He was at a 54. Take a look here as Windham just gets to the inside of Preston and really just cuts the whole corner off, then gets right back in that racing line through the whoops. Preston kind of gets the hops. Nice pass, Kevin Windham. That was really smart. We don't usually see riders cut that low.
Gosh, look at how good through the whoops Chad Reed is on that 22. He's got such a great flow tonight, Jeff. One of the smoothest rides I think we've seen out of him this year.
Last lap, 52.7. His best time, 52.3. Nobody else is in the 52-second range. You can see Josh Hill actually hanging on there. Look at Millsap.
And Millsaps is coming after him. We got a good battle going on for second. Couple of young riders, both winners on the tour this year. Millsaps taking a win in Atlanta, his home race. And in Minneapolis, it was Josh Hill.
Josh Hill really seems to have his fitness up to a good level right now. That's in the good part to his trainer, Ryan Hughes, is actually celebrating a birthday.
Happy birthday, Rhino.
We won't say what number it is, but he's getting old.
Still fast.
Oh, and he can still throw it down. You see him in the gym or doing that cardio. He really leads his riders, Jason Lawrence, Josh Hill, to their fitness goals.
And Hill doing a great job. You know, we talk a lot about the future stars of the sport, and this is definitely one of them. Both of these riders right here. And look at Tim Ferry and Kevin Windham. We talked about the future stars. How about a couple of old dogs still showing a lot of speed?
Well, these riders have been just fabulous this year. Kevin Windham put in some strong rides. Tim Ferry, though, has so many laps where he has been strong. He's been fast. You're thinking if he could just get the start. He was up front in this start. He kind of got gobbled up there and got shuffled back by the second turn.
7th in the last race in Toronto for Tim Ferry. But he's had a couple of seconds and a couple of thirds, 3 thirds as a matter of fact. But he still looks for that elusive Supercross win.
And as I look at the lap times right now, Ralph, the only rider other than Reed that is in the 52-second lap time is Kevin Windham, just snuck in with a 52.9. So Windham has really got his line styled in. See this hard, dry, slick area?
Oh,
there is nobody better on the track at negotiating those turns and really getting his leg out in front of the bike, weighting the front wheel to maximize the traction out of the front tire than Kevin Windham.
That's going to be so important tonight, too. And he's working his way up into a position where pretty soon he's going to be fighting for a podium spot. Here he comes alongside Ferry.
They both triple into the turn, but Windham, whoa, here comes Ferry.
Boy, he took him wide. Into the whoop section they go. And Windham with more speed takes it.
These fans in Texas are liking that. Kevin Windham is one of the few riders that's won here twice. The most wins here in Texas is actually a tie. Chad Reed and Rick Johnson with 3. So if Windham somehow can work his way to the top of the podium, he can match those riders for the most wins ever.
Now he's up to 4th, and he's going after Davey Millsaps. There you see Millsaps on the 118. He's battling with Hill over 2nd. So Windham, Jeff, could be fighting for 2nd place points here in no time. Just to keep that pressure on Reed as the series moves on next to St. Louis, or Detroit, I should say. That's our next stop, Ford Field.
Well, when you're setting second in points like Windham is, that's what you want to do. You want to stay alive. You want to keep putting the pressure on. But Chad Reed has won a Supercross championship before. He knows what it takes. Looked like a couple weeks ago, Chad Reed was slipping, but boy, did he get it back together at Toronto and here tonight on nights that he didn't look so good early on.
Millsaps is all over Hill. There's a couple of riders getting together. They look like they're going to be far enough out of the way that they shouldn't cause any problems for anybody. But Millsaps is applying the pressure to Josh Hill. Reaching the halfway point here in Dallas. Chad Chad Reed continues to lead as Tom Landry watches some Supercross. Chad Reed looking after possibly getting his 4th Supercross win here in Dallas. And Jeff, it could be a little bit, oh boy, he almost had a problem dirt tracking it into that corner. It could be a little bit more historic than just that because the Cowboys are building another new stadium over in Arlington. And this could possibly, maybe, be the last Supercross here at Texas Stadium.
Well, I mean, in this stadium, you walk into it, it just has that feel and that smell of victory. The Cowboys just had such an incredible dynasty in the National Football League. Chad Reed trying to create his own.
Here's our progressive Holeshot replay.
And look at the top of your screen. Tim Ferry and his teammate, Travis Preston, just absolutely hooked up. And watch Preston just sneak around the outside. It was close. I'm giving it to Travis Preston.
He did a great job. Chad Reed just dominating the night. 52.3 was his best time. And Jeff, he just ran another 53.3. So he hasn't lost a ton of speed, especially considering the fact he's working through lap traffic.
Yeah, there's been a host of riders that have worked their way into the 52-second lap time range. But I tell you, as Chad Reed works his way into these lap riders, you take a look at the number 40 here. Josh Hill, he's taking a look over his shoulder, looking to see where the leader is. Needs to look out for what's behind him because the 118 here on the red bike, Davey Millsaps, is actually having a really strong ride.
Yeah, and Jeff, let me tell you, they're only 4 seconds behind Reed. If Chad Bobbles coming through traffic, boy, they could be all over him, Aaron.
Well, guys, Josh Hill stated to me earlier this afternoon during practice, he said that he expects that he'll excel on this track because this is the exact type of track that his dad builds him at home. He said it's rough, all of the lines that you have to choose extremely precisely. He said he's going to thank his dad if he does make it up onto the podium this evening.
All these top Supercross riders, Jeff, have their own personal tracks. They all ride at the factory-owned tracks, but a lot of them have tracks in their backyard or their neighborhood, somewhere they can get to and run on their own.
Yeah, well, definitely you need the variety here. As you see, Josh Hill, who we're talking about, he's working his way with 7 laps to go, well into the lap riders. These riders often are making mistakes. They're way off the pace. That's why they're getting lapped, of course. But look at that. In the same frame, the 118 of Millsap has put the pressure on. It's hard enough to ride with the guy behind you, but to not always have the best line choice to choose from because of the lap riders makes it even more difficult.
Boy, Millsaps is right there, step for step with Josh Hill. And Windham right behind him.
Here they get into some lap riders. Just in front of them, he chooses the inside.
Oh, Millsaps looking outside, tries to cut back inside.
That's Balby. He's right in the mix of this.
Yeah, and here comes Windham again. Boy, you can see that white riding gear closing in. There he is.
It's close. Side by side through the woods. Look at Millsaps with a huge jump.
Jumps right up alongside, and Hill closes the door. But Millsaps comes back bar to bar with him. Contact almost in the corner.
What?
Oh, man, Millsaps finally into the top block.
He saves an unbelievable route. He was on top of the tough blocks.
He was on his wheel. Woo! And look at Kevin Windham right on the back of him now.
Such aggressive riding by all of these riders to start off with. For Josh Hill not to let Millsaps by. He held his ground, forced Millsaps into the tough blocks on the inside. Millsaps almost jumps off the track and muscles his Honda back in. Line saves his position.
Boy, Millsaps got to get it together quickly because here comes Kevin Windham.
And watch Millsaps here. Just has to go to the right, and he actually catches his front wheel on the top of Josh Hill's bike. That's what got him offline. It's incredible riding here tonight in Dallas by these riders.
And look at Windham now. The number 14 Honda in the white riding gear. Here he comes flying through this section. And they've caught back up to Hill, haven't they?
Oh yeah, the Honda boys are really stalking Hill. Hill doing a phenomenal job of withstanding the pressure here from these riders. Windham very patiently working his way up.
A three-way battle for second place. And all three of these riders have won races this year. Windham has won in Houston. He won in Texas earlier this year, the track he designed. He also won that epic battle in Daytona in the mud and the muck and the swamp that was the infield there.
Woo! Did you see Windham through there?
Flying, just
Fired
flying.
up. He had so much speed. He probably had that Honda in fourth gear, and he only caught the last one, gave him a little hump right at the end. But I'm telling you, Windham is geared up with little more than 3 laps to go to make these passes and work his way up to second.
All right, so Jeff, here we go. We're going to have about 3.5 laps to go. What would you do if you're these guys? How do you get yourself to second in this battle for 3?
Work the insides right here, take advantage of the lap riders. If you're Josh Hill, you really have to keep racing forward, but you have to keep an eye on the insides and not let these guys get there. Good thing for Josh Hill, though, is that he's gained a couple of licenses here on Windham and Millsaps because they're locked in their own battle.
It's got to be an advantage to be the first one into the trap.
It's actually a disadvantage to be the first one in there, but the first one actually is Chad Reed. So Hill actually coming through, seeing the blue flags. The lappers are seeing them for the second time with Hill.
And they're less than 4 seconds behind Reed, so anything can happen here. Look at Hill taking it all the way outside. Eric Sorby tries to move out of the way as this battle for second comes storming through.
The next rider in line to get lapped.
The 37.
Jason Thomas, yeah.
Jason, a seasoned veteran, he'll keep an eye out for him.
Right here, he pulls up high in this turn. Oh, he stalls out Josh Hill.
Here comes Windham on the outside, and Jeff, he's been very good through this section right here.
Watch Windham here. He gets a little huckabuck at the beginning.
Yeah, killed it, didn't it?
Oh, now the pressure's mounting. Less than 2 laps to go. These riders are fighting for podium positions, bonuses for their bank accounts. I love it.
And big points towards the championship, and they're at their most tired of the weekend.
And finally, after almost a lap, Thomas moves out of the way. That really worked to the benefit of Josh Hill as he gained a little distance on third-place runner, J.B. Millsaps.
Their bodies screaming in pain right now. They've exerted a lot of energy, and Nick Way now, the 27, will look out as the white and the blue flag comes out in front of Way. He knows they're coming through. There's Chad Reed. He's got 1 more lap to go for his 4th win here in Dallas.
He can become the winningest rider here in Dallas Supercross history.
Oh, Windham tries to take a shot at Millsaps. Here he comes through the rhythm section. Right up alongside. Oh, he had contact Windham in the corner.
Windham overjumped that triple. He is just really trying to carry some speed here. Windham with a different line here than the other riders. Can he make it work this time around?
Checkered flag waiting for Chad Reed as the battle rages on behind him.
Might be too little, too late for Windham. He goes outside. Can he get the drive? Look on the inside.
Chad Reed takes the win in Dallas. And Millsaps will beat Windham to the line for 3rd, with Josh Hill making it a 1-2 for Yamaha. So the celebration begins for Yamaha as Chad Reed and Josh Hill go 1 and 2, and Honda finishes 3rd and 4th. We'll be right back to talk to the winningest rider in Dallas Supercross history. Speed's coverage of the Monster Energy AMA Supercross from Dallas is brought to you by Honda, the company that defines performance in motorcycles, ATVs, personal watercraft, and scooters. And fueled by Monster Energy, unleash the beast. Chad Reed with a victory burnout. Yeah, the Australian celebrating in style. And here's the results. Chad Reed takes the win. Travis Preston had the Holeshot. He fell back to 10th, but a good run for the Kawasaki rider. And how about Charles Summey, the best finish for the Joe Gibbs Racing rider with a 7th. And let's go down to meet Chad Reed, who's with Aaron.
Chad Reed taking this win tonight means that he's taken the most wins here in Dallas. That's 4 total. Chad, you've practiced outdoors all weekend long, and even though you don't race outdoors, how much did that help you on a track such as this?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but just, you know, we're getting late in the season, and all my friends around home are riding outdoor, you know, getting prepared, and I said, hell, let's just go ride and have some fun and, you know, try to set some lap records and then put the bike away in the summer. But I had a ball out here tonight. It was really, really slick. I almost crashed, lost count many times, but we got to the finish flag, and that's what counts. And I want to thank all the guys at L&M, Sam Manuel, Yamaha, Fusion, Patron and Thor, Scott, and Bridgestone. Bridgestone was a big thing, you know. Me and Josh got up here 1-2 and made some points on K-Dub, and you know, I really want to win this title more than anything, and this is what we need.
Chad Reed extending that points lead once again. Congratulations on another victory.
Well, he's having to fight for it, but he's hoping to celebrate when he gets to Las Vegas the first weekend in May. That's where the champion will be crowned at Sam Boyd Stadium. We'll be there on Speed. We sure hope he can join us in Vegas. If you can't be there, make sure you tune in and catch all the action as we wrap up the 2008 season right here on Speed. Should be a tremendous weekend in Las Vegas. And here's the points. And Jeff, Chad made a big gain tonight.
Yeah, this was a huge race for Chad Reed. Really dominated that main event. And Windham put in that strong ride. He was holding tough, but 27 behind, 25 is win. So
how about the battle for third between Honda teammates Andrew Short and Davey Millsaps? It was a good battle tonight as Millsaps takes third, Short fourth. That's going to be a fun one to watch.
Oh, most definitely.
Let's head back to Aaron.
Josh Hill seems to be a permanent fixture down here on the podium lately, but Josh, tonight the lappers worked in a disadvantage to some, but for you tonight it worked in your advantage.
Yeah, I think the whole track being one line and the lappers like kind of getting in between me and Davey really helped me out, because I really wasn't on my game tonight. I made so many mistakes. I actually hit the back of Chad in the air one time, and then I almost killed Davey in the back when I slid out. I was just gooning all over the track, but somehow I stayed tough, and my conditioning's really helping out, and I at least could, you know, hold on to second.
Congratulations once again on making your way up here.
Another top 5 for Josh Hill, and we're all going to leave Texas and head off to Michigan. We're going to Ford Field in Detroit for the next race. As you take a look at the Toyota moving forward schedule, that's the next stop on the tour. Let's go back to Aaron.
Some wild riding taking place out there for Davey Millsaps tonight. Davey, we even caught you on the tough blocks at one point. Did you think you were going to save that one?
No, I wasn't saving that one. You know, I don't know. You know, they say they have the hole in the roof so God can look in, and I think he saved me over there. But, you know, it was a good race. American Honda, Red Bull Racing, and my mechanic Carlos, my trainer. You know, everyone that's been behind me, and, you know, they finally got me the results I've been looking for, and I can't thank them enough.
How much did lappers play a part tonight?
A lot. Lappers have been really a problem this year. They don't like to move out of the way. They like to stay in your line. Doesn't matter, you know, who you are or how fast you're going. They stay in your line, and it's not fair.
Great to see you back up here once again.
Check out the all-new Speed Swag store. Look your best with our brand-new top-quality merchandise, including Speed polos, jackets, hats, and T-shirts. Be one of the first people to sport the all-new Speed look. Check it out today at speedtv.com, keyword swag. Well, we close another chapter in the 2008 Supercross season. Dallas is in the books, and Chad Reed's at the top.
He definitely is. He grabbed the reins of this championship and wrestled it right back in line. He is inching oh so close to this championship. He keeps winning like this, he's just going to coast on in.
We're back in the Dome again, on to Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. What can we expect from the dirt up there?
More exciting racing. Millsaps, Ferry, Windham, Hill, they all want another piece.
For Aaron Bates and Jeff Emig, I'm Ralph Shaheen. Congratulations to Chad Reed on his 8th victory of 2008.